Studio B finally. It's today's Wine Club Wednesday, poured by H-E-B, and we are highlighting two rosés ahead of National Rosé Day, our favorite holiday.
Yeah, well, on one of these rosés, without giving away too much, I've mentioned this on the show before. You look for the chicken on the label.
Yes.
It's inexpensive, it's a great summer wine, and it's also sort of a guilt-free splurge if you want to pick up a case just in case the power goes out.
Just in case. It's a good drop-off, too, to like a friend if you're going to go to a hostess or do a backyard barbecue. It's wonderful to bring a bottle, too.
It sure is. And not just in summer, rosé is great all around the calendar. So we will have our H-E-B specialist to join us a little later on to walk us through that virtual wine tasting. But first, we are so happy to introduce you to Wine Club members and husband and wife duo Jess and Missy, zooming in from the Heights. Welcome to Houston Life. And it is great to meet you both virtually. Missy, you and I have been chatting on Instagram. It's great to finally meet you. But back it all up, because you both met 30 years ago, right after Desert Storm, is that right?
Right, yeah, 30 years ago, yeah. 1991, April 1991.
And Jeff, first of all, thank you for your service, because I know you were stationed in Tokyo with the U.S. Navy, correct?
Yeah, that's Yokosuka Naval Base. Yeah, I was there for 2 years on a ship. Right.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for your service. But how did you guys meet? At a club?
Yes, reggae bar.
A reggae bar
okay.
in Tokyo. Okay.
In Tokyo, and he asked me to dance.
Right. It was. It's in Roppongi, the nightclub district. It's where Hard Rock Cafe is. It's where. It's a great place to be when you're young, to be honest.
And the rest is history. So for 30 years, we were seeing some photos on our screens right now of some of your adventures around the world. I know you both love to travel, but I understand you have this weekly tradition that Courtney and I definitely approve of. You drink champagne together every weekend.
Yes.
I need to back up. It's more sparkling. We drink some champagne, but it's mainly cava and French sparkling is what we drink.
Well, lovely.
Nice.
I know, I can relate to that. So what else do you guys like to do? You like to travel and go to concerts, all the things that we haven't been able to do just yet.
Travel Europe every summer. So, but the last one was in 2019. So I'm hoping we can go back next summer.
Before the pandemic. And Missy, I understand you started watching Houston Life. You work in IT, correct? At MD Anderson Cancer Center. You started watching Courtney and me on Houston Life during the pandemic. But before we take a commercial break, fun fact, you actually recently shot a music video, is that right?
Yes.
So tell us about that. You sing.
Thank you.
This is very, very beautiful here. I watched this video, and you actually created this with a Russian violinist whom you met in Vienna back in 2019. So congratulations, and I know you won the talent competition there at MD Anderson Cancer Center.
Fantastic.
Right.
Congratulations. Well, we're going to get to the real business about tasting some wine, so don't go anywhere. Jeff and Missy, you stay right there. Get your glasses ready. After the break, our wine specialists, he's going to walk us through a tasting of rosé bottles that you can sip all summer long. Perfect for this heat wave.
Don't go away. Houston Life will be right back.
Well, cheers, y'all. We've been hanging out with Jeff and Missy, members of our wine club poured by H-E-B.
And we are also now joined by H-E-B wine specialist Nicholas Perkins, who is sharing 2 rosé bottles just in time for National Rosé Day happening on Saturday. Nicholas, it is great to see you. Oh my gosh, my buddy Nicholas, you've probably seen us in that commercial together, right, Courtney?
When I interrupted the wine shopping.
When you interrupted. Nicholas, it is great to see you. And Jeff and Missy, I hope you all had time to chat during the break. So National Rosé Day, Nicholas, this is a thing happening this Saturday, June 12th, yes?
That's correct. It's my favorite holiday of the year, just in time for summer, and an opportunity to drink my favorite wine, or style of wine, crisp, refreshing rosé.
Okay.
I know. I'm a big fan. Let's get started. And I know, Nicholas, you come to us from the Heights location, my favorite location out of the H-E-B. I love all the H-E-Bs, but the Heights one is mine. So let's get started with the first glass.
So the first rosé that we're going to taste today is La Vieille Ferme, which in French means the old farm. And I really like to talk about that name because it reminds us that this is an agricultural product that starts its life with French farmers. It's very light and crisp and refreshing, which is exactly what we look for in a rosé. comes in a convenient screw top for easy access, and sits on the shelf at $8, which is an incredible value.
You know, Nicholas, my nickname in high school was the Old Farm, so this brings back great memories. The price point, that's what's incredible. This is typically about $8 or less, right?
It sure is, and it's made by the family Perrin, and they are also the makers of Mirabal, which a lot of you might know. It's the Brangelina wine, also delicious, but I just think for $8, you cannot beat the quality of this wine.
It's a lovely bottle of wine for sure. It definitely drinks more expensive. Let's check in with Jeff and Missy. What do you guys think about this rosé?
Oh, that's amazing.
It's very good.
I mean, it's for the price.
Right?
Really good price. And I know you both like bubbles, so the rosé is flat. Are you typically rosé drinkers?
I actually like rosé. Yeah.
Okay, well, stock up. It's a great deal.
I usually start with bubble and move to rosé, then go to red.
Oh, I like that
it.
plan. Yeah, for sure.
And Nicholas knows this too. Rosé is really having a moment right now.
It absolutely is. You know, the past 15 to 20 years, we've seen the resurgence of rosé here domestically, but we're now seeing the quality of rosé of what is available has really gone up. And so the wines are serious wines. They are wonderful with food in all occasions. And it's just amazing to see that the quality of what's available now has really increased in the last few years.
Oh, yeah, the rosé section is no longer a sliver.
No.
It's taken up a whole aisle. All right, we are tight on time, about a minute left. This is an organically grown grape that makes this wine, Nicholas. Why don't you pronounce it since it's a struggle for us? Cheers.
Montefiore, and it is one of the most difficult grape names to pronounce, but this is my favorite rosé. It comes in a liter format, so it's 25% more wine, which is the perfect size for sharing with friends. But it's so complex, and you get that dried quince, dried apricot notes on there. Orange peel has a super long finish, and it's incredibly well made. It sits on the shelf at around $20, which for this format is also a great value.
This is lovely.
And I'm pretty sure I just saw, Missy, your eyes sort of rolled in the back of your head, so I think that means you might like it.
Yes, this is like it has like aroma, like explodes in the mouth.
Yeah.
I love it.
And you know, maybe it's me, but it sort of reminds me of like a rose water.
It does.
Right?
It's very perfume-like, but not in a bad way.
It
Not in a
smells
bad
like
way.
rose water.
Yes.
It's delicious.
And Nicholas, this is slightly effervescent. I'm seeing a little bubbles in here. Am I imagining this?
I think that sometimes, especially with a screw cap where you don't have a lot of oxidation, you can get a little bit of that when the wine is first poured, but that dissipates very quickly.
I love it. Great selections.
Okay, well, this is all good news. The bad news is, my new friends, we are out of time. So, Missy, Jeff, viewers, and Wine Club members from the Heights, thanks so much for tuning in and joining us today. Nicholas, it is great to see you. Thanks for walking us through the tasting.
Always a pleasure.
Awesome. We'll see you at the Heights location soon. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Happy National Rosé Day. Early. It's happening on Saturday. Okay, if you would like to join our Houston Life Wine Club poured by HEB, just visit our website to register. You will have access to exclusive giveaways. You'll even have a chance to be part of the virtual tastings like the one we just experienced.
It's super fun. And as a reminder, you can find today's featured wines at your local HEB.